As a new gym climber, you might be a little bit intimidated by the variety and difficulties of the holds on the wall. In general, there are 5 main types you should know how to encounter and train for. Type 1 are jugs, the easiest, most positive holds you will encounter. Positive meaning you can curl your hand around them the best. When reading a route, rely on these as much as possible for rests. When you're starting out, jugs will be fairly common, but as you climb higher and higher grades, these become fewer and far between. Take the opportunity to hang on these holds as much as possible and shake out your arms. Taking a pause to breathe is extremely important towards conserving energy for the entire route. Type 2 are slopers. These are large holds that are not very positive, meaning there is little to curl your fingers around. The best way to hold slopers is to maximize the surface area of skin that you put on the hold. This is to maximize friction. Another good technique is to always stay low on slopers. Keep your arms straight. Here, you can see that because I bent my arms, I fell off since I transferred my center of gravity away from the wall. If I had kept my center of gravity low, such as by opting for a high heel/toe hook instead of bending my arms up, I could have succeeded, such as in this following climb. Type 3 are crimps. These are small edges where most of the weight will be on your fingertips. There are 2 widely accepted ways to hold crimps, and there are some pros and cons to both. These are the half crimp and the full crimp. The half crimp involves placing your hand in a natural, open position, with the thumb supporting the hand from the side. In general, the half crimp is healthier since it doesn't place as much pressure or weight on the middle finger's tendon. However, a half crimp often feels less stable and is insufficient to secure your entire weight to your fingers. The full crimp is like the half crimp but goes even farther, with the thumb wrapping around the fingers. This position feels stronger, but it places more stress on the middle finger. This poses a higher risk of tendinitis and required rest from training. Type 4 are side pulls. These can be any of the holds above, but angled to where the optimal grip is to the left or right. The best way to handle side pulls is by pulling perpendicular to their flat or good surface. Imagine it like leaning from the side of a door frame. If you're pulling on it down or up, it's harder to maintain that grip. Rather, use side pulls as holds to lean from and reach higher holds. Coincidentally, this is also a great exercise leading up to pull-ups. Type 5 are pinches. These are pull-like holds that require you to press on both sides with your fingers. They require tons of finger strength. Starting out, these holds are very difficult since they require strong, trained fingers. If you're able to do them, great. However, if you find that you can't stick on a pinch, try as much as possible to use the pinch like a side pull, pressing on it horizontally from one side. This might not always be viable, but it's a handy trick to avoid the pinch. Of course, you will definitely encounter holds that are a combination or transformation of the 6 categories before. And the categories before don't cover all holds. There are holds like underclings, pockets, and volumes. Keep in mind some core tips that will help you tackle any hold sequence. Tip 1. Try to hang on your frame as much as possible. The purpose of this is to limit energy expenditure. Tip 2. Find a way to maximize friction. Many climbers tend to think that all friction problems are fixed by applying chalk, which absorbs sweat. However, on some holds like dual texture where one side is slippery, and on your climbing shoes, chalk actually reduces friction. You want to keep friction in mind whenever you're tackling a friction-intensive hold like a weird sloper. Tip 3. Always find ways to rest on the wall. This is likely the single most important tip towards finishing a climb. Whether you're on a short explosive boulder or you're on a very long traditional route, finding a way to rest on a hold can give that extra boost of energy needed to get to the top.